Welcome back. After a massive stroke left a young local man unable to walk, doctors initially doubted that he would ever recover.
Well, one person who never doubted, the man's wife, and today, against all odds, they're proving anything is possible. Danielle joins us live with their story. Good morning, Danielle.
Yeah, good morning. Truly just a remarkable story here. This local man, just 37 years old when this stroke happened last year. Very healthy, no prior warning signs. He was even an athlete, and this stroke definitely could have taken his life. But that is the complete opposite of what has happened. He is now thriving.
There's just so much unknown, with like stroke rehab that I was like, let's throw everything at it and let's just see what's possible.
And that's exactly what Stacie Barber did. And today, seeing what is possible is truly a miracle. That miracle is her husband, Logan Barber. It was September 9th of 2024 when his health unexpectedly took a dramatic turn.
Stacie sent me a text, woke me up, and I figured, well, I better just get ready to go to work. It was 2:30 in the morning, about to start. So I went over and stepped off the bed, stepped on some sheets and tripped. And all of a sudden, I just fell to the floor, hit my head on the floor. And at that point, I remember being able to use all my limbs, but my head was in searing pain at that point. In the end, after that, I just decided to yell for help.
Logan was having a stroke, but his wife Stacie was thousands of miles away in Australia for a work trip. Thankfully, Logan's mother was in town helping look after the Barber's daughter, Oakley, who was just 10 months old at the time. She found him unconscious on the floor. She called for help, and Logan was rushed to the hospital. Stacie was told by phone the terrifying reality of her husband's condition.
They found out that he was having a massive hemorrhagic stroke, so a bleed was going on in his brain. And then later, when he was in the hospital, he started having acute respiratory distress syndrome, pneumonia, lung failure, and he got a pulmonary embolism. They didn't expect him to make it through the night. They told me that I needed to get on a flight right away because I asked the doctor, I was like, is he going to be there when I get there? And he said, I don't think so.
Stacie did get on that plane. 32 long hours later, she was by Logan's bedside. Fear, sadness, and panic set in when she saw her husband's condition, but so did her knowledge from years of training in the medical field. Stacie, who's a doctor of physical therapy at PhysioFix in Phoenix, didn't hesitate and stepped right in, assisting in Logan's care.
I didn't think of myself as the therapist at that point. I was like, I'm just a wife that's concerned about my husband, and I'm just going to do whatever I can to help him. And so I just, obviously what I do, how I help people is through movement and through exercise and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm going to use my skill set, the thing that I've been developing for, I've been a doctor for 10 years now, and I've been practicing with patients for so long. I do this every day in a different capacity, so I'm going to use everything I know, and then even things I don't know, like, look up all the research and just figure out what's best for him, and then just give my all to him. I knew early on that I had to just move him. My husband's always been very stiff as a person too, so I was like, oh my gosh, if he's not moving in this hospital bed, he's going to be so much more stiff when he starts to move. So I'm just going to keep his body mobile and try to move his joints any way I can. And I started that early on, literally as soon as I got back from Australia, I started that at the first hospital.
Logan spent 8 weeks in the hospital. In those 8 weeks, he regained consciousness and made major improvements with his movement and speech. From there, he was moved to inpatient care. Once there, he would do 3 hours of physical therapy per day while still doing extra work on the side with Stacie. That extra work provided by his wife early on is something he credits for his success.
Without that exercise, I'm not sure where I would be now. I mean, I gained so much confidence at a time I was so scared. I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to do anything again. I was shocked. I mean, considering before I went unconscious that I could move my limbs, and then all of a sudden when I woke up and came to, I couldn't move my left side. I was in complete shock for what happened. I mean, and scared to death after what happened too. I'd known about strokes, but I didn't have much experience with it. So I assumed I was going to be that the rest of my life. And based on what the doctor said, they weren't sure if I'd even be able to be independent at that point.
And today, that work continues. Logan, a longtime powerlifter with his max weight being 745 pounds, today is clearing 250. He says getting back under the bar feels good, but the greatest victory is getting a second chance at life, to be a husband and father, from surviving a stroke to walking and talking again, all while preparing for a new baby to arrive. The Barber family says the message is simple. Miracles are all around.
And us to have another one on the way. I mean, I didn't know if Logan was going to survive, let alone be able to, be functioning and be able to have more kids. We always wanted more kids, but we didn't know what was possible. So to have the ability to have him, be a present dad, and then also have another one on the way, it's amazing.
Amazing, it definitely is. And now Stacie and Logan say their main mission is to inspire others, to show that miracles truly do happen, just judging by their story, what you just saw there. So definitely great ambassadors of that slogan, miracles are possible. Aww. We'll send it back to you guys.
Watching him do the pull-ups was incredible because, like he said at one point, he couldn't move his eye. He didn't know if he was even going to be independent.
Yeah.
Wow.
So remarkable. Great story, Danielle. Thank you.